we were busy living in Dubai. We could not even fight for your mandate in Nigeria and gave you in 2019. Now the man that was building the party in Nigeria, way back in those years you were offshore. I think understand now you are trying to comment him in the party. During the intra-party election, you cheated on him. What do you expect him to do? PDP situation is going to be worsening on daily basis. PDP is going. It's drowning.
They'll not give APC chance.
How can APC win an election? Muslim candidates.
So now,
are you talking from your senses? Don't say I'm insulting. I don't insult anybody. I judge you by your mouth. How can you say?
Wait. You said I'm PDP
on daily basis.
I'm not saying that. This PDP crisis.
No, APC has been written off. I ask you a question. Are you going to vote APC? Thank you so much. Vote personality. Thank you. But vote personality, don't vote party. Vote personality. Somebody that can do good for this country. Don't vote Obi because he's an Igbo man. Don't vote Atiku because you are a Fulani man and Atiku is Fulani man. Don't vote for Tinubu because you are Yoruba. Tinubu is Yoruba. No. Vote somebody that can deliver. Vote somebody that can give you good governance. I rest my case. That's why you say, this one has come. They say media don't follow that again. I don't have I never seen one of them. That's
they go declare winner. You go give me for Shagbe winner. You go start people, but still, we.
Are you listening? The say, okay, what says your time? Your time. So that's it. Vote anybody where you know can perform. I don't vote anybody because they buy akara for me. No, if you give me money to buy akara, I will collect it now. That means now you go speak back to Nnamdi Kanu. Okay, no, that's good, Pali. I love that. I have nothing to say about it because I know that Wike might be aligning. I think understand. But let me tell you, River State. How many percentage of River State are you? They are not full.
I beg you.
This guy they say you guys are making yourself the
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program this morning. Vice and Eastern, I'm Christian Chiku. Yes, welcome to the program. We are right in August. We are talking on the political issues that we have this morning. Yes, today is the 9th of August 2022, and it's a Tuesday in the city of Lagos. We are right here, and we have the vice stand here this morning. They have to do justice to this for headline. You can see we have our analyst here this morning looking at the topical issues. Let's go straight to this for headlines. After me, the New Telegraph. This morning, I have also the Nation newspaper, the New Telegraph, and the Nation newspaper. Let's start with the Nation. This morning, the main headline: Yoruba elders to Tinubu, your victory in 23 is certain. Your victory in 23 is certain. Southwest APC unfolds reconciliation plan. Ruling parties candidates will be different, says KEYAMO. Ruling parties candidate will be different, says KEYAMO. Yes, Yoruba elders, yes, they threw their weight behind the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. They said the former Lagos State governor is eminently qualified to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in next year's election. That's according to Yoruba elders this morning. Let's look at the picture of some suspects intercepted by operatives of the Ondo State Security Network Agency, Amoteku in Akure. Yesterday, they were said to be on their way from Kano. Yes, 168, probably from the north. Northern youth, intercepted by operatives of Ondo State Security Network, that is the Amoteku. Under cows, they were found hiding under cows. Yes, sir. Also, 40 motorcycles concealed in one of the trucks. 40 motorcycles concealed in one of the trucks yesterday. Charms and amulets recovered from them yesterday. Charms and amulets recovered from them. This is all 2 interceptions within 7 days. 2 trucks have been intercepted by the Amoteku within 7 days. Nigeria loses 400,000 barrels of crude oil daily to theft, says Silva. Nigeria loses 400,000 barrels of crude oil daily to theft, says Silva. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Dr. Prison Silva, has said that the country loses 400,000 barrels of crude oil daily via oil theft. He spoke yesterday when he visited the State Governor Hope Uzodinma in the state capital. Silva described the development as a national emergency. He regretted that the nation had fallen short of OPEC daily quota from 1.8 million barrels to 1.4 million barrels due to crude oil theft. He warned that such huge economic loss was capable of dwindling the economy. Yes, another report. Dariye Nyame others regain freedom. Dariye Nyame others regain freedom. Command confirms release pictures yesterday of the 2 former governors regaining freedom. Owing to the veto by the president, the presidential pardon by the president Muhammad Buhari on these 2 former governors. Soyinka slams pirate confraternity for mocking politician. Soyinka slams the pirate confraternity for mocking politician. That is a song sung by confraternity on that APC presidential candidate, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, talking about his some of his features, according to them. Let's look at other reports. This morning, PDP postponed the NEC caucus meeting as Atiku Wike reached deepen. PDP postponed NEC caucus meetings as Atiku Wike reached deepens. Yes, let's look at the Telegraph. This morning, on the 400,000 barrels that is being lost to oil theft. Elite behind oil theft, illegal refineries in Niger Delta. That's from Shell. The elite behind oil theft, illegal refineries in Niger Delta. Menace the national embarrassment requires emergency. That's from Silva. And the general manager, NMPC Limited, Kiari. Okowa to federal government review oil facility surveillance contract. Okowa to federal government review oil facility surveillance contract. Buhari approves acquisition of Exxon Mobil's U.S. shares by Seplat. Status quo remains. Status quo remains as Buhari approves the acquisition of Exxon Mobil's U.S. shares by Seplat. Ohaneze to Buhari, stop blaming victims for insecurity in the Southeast. Stop blaming victims for insecurity in the Southeast. Autumn to submit application to procure AK-47, AK-49 rifles to Buhari. Deteriorating security situation worries Afenifere. Deteriorating security situation worries Afenifere. Presidential pardon. Dariye Nyame released from prison. Presidential pardon. Dariye Nyame released from prison. Happy summer. Samuel, good morning.
Good morning, Christian.
Yes, I wish you were here yesterday. We discussed an issue, a report yesterday on.
Good morning.
Yeah, the lawmakers agreed. That's the term we give them, saying that the president must go. Questions arising. Why now? He had been here 7 years, and we know he has underperformed according to some reports. Why now?
Yes. Good morning, viewers at home. Good morning, everybody. The lawmakers are toothless bulldogs. They are not useful to the political system of development.
Okay.
All what they do is just make noise when it doesn't matter. the lawmakers were there when insecurity have skyrocketing, killing innocent students all over the country, from north even to the south. So the the lawmakers, is the noisemakers, are still there. They are noisemakers. They are not, what law are they making? They are there when youth were killed in the NSAS. What did they do? The noisemakers or lawmakers, lawless lawmakers, they were there when the government happened to be borrowing money unnecessarily. What did they do? They were nodding their head like this, especially your so-called Senate president and the so-called speaker. Very puppeteer lawmakers. Everything is to know that
it's better late than never.
it is because the insecurity is moving towards the elite in Abuja. That is why they are now making noise to be doing all this abracadabra. They should allow Buhari use his two-term. It's part of the change they promised them. For those who believe in Buhari, for those of us who did not believe in him, and will never be disappointed. Buhari has never disappointed me. Okay. A man who has not been able to show intellectual capacity, intellectual sagacity, based on the conviction of his expression, so that I can know what you're meant to do, cannot disappoint somebody like me. Just like the way whoever emerges as the president, listening to these guys in the 2023 election, cannot disappoint somebody like me. So, because if you cannot marshal out your argument so that I know what you have in mind to do, before you emerge, you've already seen the future. So, because the system is archaic and parochial, so anything goes. When you look at the process that brought some of these candidates, dollarization of the process, nowhere in political history where the amount of money was spent, not even in the US.
Money was spent.
Yes, in the primaries. So the lawmakers should go and sit down and they should face their loot and enjoy it while it lasts. Then the day Boko Haram or bandits attack them, just like the way every other person has been dying in the country, they should also face it. After all, they've eaten well.
Okay, I want to digress. There's a journalist named Omasai. He wrote an article, obituary. I hope you read that article.
He's a controversial boy that has eaten from the camp of some people somewhere.
How do you assess that article?
The article, no, you don't assess anything. What are you assessing in an article? The Nigerian media is divided into two major political parties. If you watch some TV station, you know that they are for this person. If you watch from another TV station, you know that they are for this, including radio stations. So that is why the political class have hijacked the system. They put their boys in all of the TV stations. See, if politicians are smart now, they can call me Sam, Christian, come, or you be under this platform. So that will now influence how you marshal out your points. So be careful in your drive to acquire money, because it will influence your capacity of reasoning and what you've said in time past. So also be careful not to put poverty in your heart, because it will also influence your capacity of reasoning and your capacity of thinking. So that is why you can see some activists, lawyers, media personnel, writers, opinion thoughts, intellectuals, they will now come to public and disgrace their generation and generation unborn. It is unheard of. It is psychological errant nonsense for any human having hold a position of subject of national conversation. All of a sudden, you turn your back. Then you are now acting like chameleon, trying to defend the indefensible. It is parochial.
The incumbent?
No, he wrote that because he belongs to another camp. So, in order to justify his loyalty, because the system will use you to push for a particular narrative, he needs to go ahead to display his level of media writing, to justify his organ at the top, that has been the one that has placed him in one of his TV stations. I did not mention anybody's name, and I did not mention the name of the station.
Let's look at the reactions of the obedience. Threat to his life.
No, there is no reaction in this kind of system that is not justifiable. Because there is no clear-cut reactional way to how you react to a people who does not think with their head but from their annals. So maybe those who also reacted probably use the same technical ability to react whichever way they want.
How would you assess this at all?
In 2014, obedience are more oppositional to the APC than the PDP. The PDP is a toothless bulldog opposition who have not been able to face the APC as a ruling class head to head. So the obedient have stood in that gap and they are marshalling out the points head to head and are engaging them and giving them a good run for their money. Let me also say this, that the obedient is as a factor of a frustrated youth who some of them have seen what is obtainable in nearby countries. Ghana have electricity. Their school is not on strike. Some of them have relations. Some of them, with the use of media phone, talk to their uncles and aunties. They do video call. Some of them travel out. So they are engaging this madness system. Who will tell you that a man that's hand is shaking at the age of 70 and a 75 years old man should be a leader. But the same country cannot employ a 30 years old person to work as a cashier in a bank. What a madness of the system. So you see that consciously or subconsciously, some system of the world encourage stupidity above meritocracy. So you don't need to ask yourself, between a cashier in a bank and a microfinance loan officer and a government of a country, which one should employ a youth who is more stronger, who is more technically inclined? Which one? It's common sense. So you will see the criteria to gain POS work, cleaner, security companies in Nigeria, 40,000 salary, 30, 25,000, will tell you BSc. So you now see a nation like Nigeria will now use somebody that is the age of, by civil service who should have retired. So now head both the civil service and the military and the paramilitary, whose age of recruitment falls between the age of maybe 25 and 30. So you now ask yourself, what madness of a system?
Okay.
So those are the kind of parochial traditional system Nigeria have been operating for over 60 years. So you now see people say, Nigeria is going somewhere. Nigeria is not going to anywhere. Dollar is going. Go and check the video I made as last year, I think July or August. I told you that before the election, dollar is going towards what? 1,000. I said it as last year. You have a government that combines a parochial, illiterate economic team that does not even understand. Nigeria is a mono economy. All they do is borrow. Then the government is busy hoarding. They will devalue, hoard money. Then you dollarize. They are hiding dollar now. Before December, what? This is August. Before September, October, November, dollar is 7 something now, 710 black market. Dollar okay, dollar they go up, everlasting up.
And 500.
It's going up. So dollar before December now will be maybe 800 now. Before election, because that election they will need dollar. It's easy to carry dollar than naira. So all those witchcrafts now they are hoarding the dollar so that they can use for election. They will change. So before election, dollar would be going towards 900. Or 1,000. So that is how you see a system that was designed to fail.
Let's move on. Autumn paraded an outfit on the weekend, and he has written an application to Buhari to procure AK-47 and AK-49 rifles so that they can be more equipped to fight terrorism in that state.
Interesting moments, interesting times ahead. The restructuring will told some people. It will come in either consciously or you don't want people to leave the country. The Yoruba nation agitators. You see, a marginalization to one, if not curtailed or solved, we turn to a marginalization to all, either consciously or subconsciously. God is working in the affairs of men. It's either you believe it or not. Before now, some of the non-central states on the middle belt, let me be blunt, do not normally support when the South will tell you that they need state policing because they are scared if they divide the police, some of them in Abuja will not have central control. But whichever way, since within the northern structure, there's a marginalization of the minority in the north by attacking and killing them. Maybe there is a genocide. It's looking like it. They should have agitated for this thing since the whole North Central, not just only Autumn. All of them should form security outfits. Buy gun illegally and legally.
Illegally, are you proposing that?
I'm not proposing. There is gun in this country everywhere. Christian, every proliferation or buying by any English you like. Everywhere there's gun in this country. All those bandits now stick they use Naharu. The governor should keep writing letter. He should continue writing letter. They should also do what other people are doing in other ethnic groups in Nigeria. Boko Haram now, they write Buhari to give them gun. Now I'm asking you now, all the bandits are using arrow. Do they write Buhari? Well, it's good you wrote Buhari. You know, in Nigeria, pretend as if you are following the protocol so that they won't hold you. But deep down in your mind, you know what you are doing. That is hypocrisy and lies. Oh. Let him write Buhari to give. Buhari will not give him gun. Okay. So the people within that location should find that gun, juju, jazz, or to mock anything. It works. Anything works. No, AK-47 too. Some of these people have guns. They know how to get this thing. Forget that we are in public. We are all deceiving ourselves as if Nigeria is a sane country that everybody obey rules and regulation. They can blow siren now, but when anything happens, they will run. You won't see any of them. So let Autumn write. It's a welcome development. Last, we will get sense by force.
Okay, let's look at presidential pardon. Dariye and Nyame released from prison.
Yes, sir. You will pardon those that stole money. But so Sunday go and Nnamdi Kanu, you will be prosecuting them in prison. You see, the president is always biased, and there's a principle of double standard in their policy of this current government. So on one hand, they will come and tell you competence, just like what they have in the presidential primaries of the APC. They operate like a court group. Now, on what basis are you giving them pardon? Because they stole money. And on one hand, you said you are fighting corruption. So who is deceiving who? That case started under the PDP administration. More than 12 or 13 years. For only 2 corruption convictions. Two. Out of, do you know how much? The life of those lawyers that stood for EFCC is even a threat. Because the situation whereby you are standing as a counsel against a sitting governor, a former governor, they have commissioners, they have boys within the state, that you prosecuted and you made sure that that case got to the Supreme Court. Then at the end of the day, they finally push those people to prison. Then you now have one man, say Baba, that has been deceiving themselves with madness of a system, using sentiment, double standard and hypocrisy, ethnic bias and religious bigotry to be ruling Nigeria, a complex nation as ours. And you now see some mad people exemplifying their stupidity in public landscape to be defending the indefensible. So they gave them a pardon. On what ground are you giving them pardon? So those are the things they've not been able to. And the hypocrisy and double standards of this administration is the highest. Let me give you a quick example. You hear some of their puppets saying competence was as the basis you pick a Muslim ticket in the country as divided as Nigeria, where you have a reasonable number of Christians. Now the question is, if it is based on competence, was Buhari a Muslim candidate that was picked by Tinubu and the APC? Competence, you know a Muslim not? Was Lawan not a Muslim northerner? Is it competence? I'm asking you. The same competence is used. The person picked in name of Shetima was the governor. Wike, as the then Minister of Education, wrote to him that there's a planned attack against Chibok girls. Shetima went ahead and allowed those children to go to school before they were kidnapped. It's online, Google it as well. So, in evaluating who is a competent man, is Shetima a competent man? Now, Chibok kidnapping was used as the major point against Jonathan. Can you really say that maybe conspiracy theories, Shetima is not being compensated as it stands now? I'm asking you now. Let me even give you the worrisome part. You see, when you're looking at issues from one angle, some other philosophers, they don't have job. Like some of us, I belong to a political philosophy department. So what we do is watch the system and start picking different factorials, place it. Some people say it's conspiracy. Let me even ask you another thing. Why is it that the Chibok girls kidnapping have international recognition? People even in Southwest were carrying placards. But there were several kidnappings of children Students. Dangebe is just one. Dapchi. So many. In fact, in one of the kidnapping cases, they told the parent to bring rice, beans, and they supplied it. It's online. At least you read this time. Now, why did that kidnapping case not have the same recognition than that of Jonathan? So some people have argued that it was an elite consensus within the APC. I don't know how to, but when you watch the compensation of certain elements and the agitation and the allegations against their role in banditry, you might really just add it up that Shettima was used as a tool to kidnap that Chibok girls, and the Southwest media was used as a propaganda machine to elevate that. Why subsequently, when their loyalists, Buhari came to power, conspiracy theorists, he got to power, gave them amnesty in order to complement them to calm down, which most of them did not calm down, and on the same hand, gave Shettima a vice presidential slot to compensate him. Conspiracy, you know, add up. Now, to even make it more worrisome, let me go ahead and give you another statistics. The northern elites and the conspiracy of the APC that said that is based on competence. On this, under this administration, we have a president. He's another Muslim. Has he performed very well? We have a speaker from the northeast. He's a northern Muslim. Has he performed? We have the INEC chairman. I'm driving a Senate president is a northern Muslim, northeast. We have the INEC chairman currently. He's from the northwest. He's a Muslim. We have the minister of education. He's a Muslim from the northeast. We have the chief of army staff. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the IGP. He's a Muslim from the north central. We have the head of the DSS. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the head of army. That's the Naval Commodore. Chief of army staff. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the controller of customs. He's a Muslim from the northeast. We have the controller of immigration. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the head of NSCDC. He's a Muslim from the north central. Head of NPA, Nigerian Port Authority. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the minister of finance. He's a Muslim from the northwest. Minister of Agric is a Muslim from the northwest. We have the head of the EFCC, the 41-year-old guy, in case you don't know. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the Minister of Defense. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the Minister of Aviation. He's a Muslim from the northwest. We have the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, Pantami, that was alleged to be a sympathizer of Boko Haram. In case you don't know, he's also a Muslim from the northwest. We have the Minister of Police Affairs. He's a Muslim from the northwest. Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, is a Muslim from the northwest. We have the Minister of Information and Communication, Lai Mohammed. He's a Muslim from North Central, Kwara State. Petroleum Minister. So no, he's worried that he's the Petroleum Minister. See, now this is, I only did an excerpt. I only did an extraction.
You don't end up.
I only did an extraction of the ministerial portfolio. I intentionally excluded the DGs of ministries, Director General. I only did ministers. Now, I also excluded embassy that Nigeria, the presidency sent pick either an ambassador. I excluded them. I only decided to pick based on the as it stands today. So I did this yesterday. I was reading a particular research online for another person. So I had to sit down like, okay, let me even go research more. So I only did this extract as at yesterday night. So from what I've read, in evaluating that with the statement of competence of a Muslim northerner, please, from what you have now, how can it be justifiable that there is competence with the people in power? They are Muslims, northerners. Okay. So those are the questions we need to ask ourselves. So, in as much as we understand how some of them will come and play bias and double standard, the fact on ground has justified and has proven beyond reasonable doubt that the northern Muslim we have in the current administration have been a bunch of failures, have occupied more than 70% of all the ministerial portfolio, embassies, appointment, digits of parastatals as it stands now within the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it is illogical, it is unreasonable to now lie on competence as a yardstick or the basis whereby a Muslim ticket is rationalizable on the basis of competence.
Thank you very much. I have Mr. I don't know Lagos. Good morning.
Though can never be. Anyway, we don't have one of our brothers from America, California, just arrived to come and watch us. It's a good news. I'm so happy. One of our brother called Code, Mr. Code. Yes. Oh my gosh, wonderful. To tell you that very interesting that the kind of people here, we are doing our best. Anyway, I want to thank you that watching me. My name is Lucky Ayaguda. I don't know Lagos. I don't can never be. Okay. Yes, a lot of topics this morning.
They have released Dariye and Nyame from prison
to join the APC.
Join the APC?
That is the purpose. So now Buhari will tell me he's starting corruption. Rubbish. No news. Everybody knows.
Okay. Autumn submit application to procure AK-47, AK-49 rifles to Buhari.
Do you think Buhari will sign it? I don't think. But if it's APC governor, Buhari will rush and sign it. Because an opposition, I don't think Buhari will do that to sign. But let's watch. Without signing it, they should go ahead and protect their people. So I don't let them go ahead and protect their people. Because Buhari will not sign it. Otherwise, we ask it to go to Attorney General. Attorney General will not sign it. So this government has failed.
Okay, let's look at other reports. 168 northerners intercepted by Amotekun yesterday in Akure, and recovered 40 motorcycles and charms and amulets from them. They were hiding under cars.
They have been doing that for long now. It's just, and from north to the southwest, you want to tell me we don't have security agencies all the way from north and getting to southwest, they were arrested. Is to tell you a lot of them have come into the south. A lot of them are coming to the south. So the only thing is that we have to be vigilant. But we don't have security, we don't have police and army. They are just collecting our taxpayer, collecting our money for nothing. It's only God that will save this country. The country has collapsed under Buhari. Now, I want to thank Amotekun for that. I like that. I'm happy. Let them do more. We have a lot of them who are coming to the state, like others, like Edo, Benue, a lot of them. Boko Haram has a fleet to every state. But the only thing we do now is to let everybody take their own law and take their own AK-47. So that we go inside the bush and fish them out. And I like the way Amotekun is doing. I give them kudo. Thank you very much, Amotekun. Let's go to that topic.
Wike is becoming a thorn in the neck of Philippines.
Let me tell you, if that is the case, Wike should sack. Should go. Let go. Yes.
How will he go?
He should let go.
He has sacrificed for the past.
Already, why are you exposing yourself to danger? Don't you know? Akpabio do the same thing. What happened to Akpabio? Can't you think? Why are you becoming political prostitute? I get it. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. Otherwise, let him join APC. Let him go declare for APC. Inviting someone, inviting all this. It's an anti-party. Anything can happen. I get it. You forget that you have a Amechi there. Amechi is there. Amechi is not happy with you. I read this morning, one of the APC in the River State accusing Wike. If APC is fighting your state, PDP is fighting you, where do you belong? I'm telling you, political prostitute is wrong. What he's doing. If you want to go to PDP, go to APC, go to APC. Instead of disgracing yourself, and wicked out. Look, let me tell you, Nigerians are the diasporas. Everybody has right to choose your candidate. Somebody was telling me the first day, say Why am I mentioning article? Let me tell you. Everybody has right to choose. We're in Nigeria here. If cannot be there, you join them. Nigeria become everybody try to choose where you're going to belong.
You cannot beat evil. You join evil.
Let me tell you, what is evil? All of them are evil. Who is better there? Let's say the truth. Obi, that you are calling, Obi was a product of ACA. From ACA to PDP, PDP to Labour. Atiku was product of PDP, PDP to AC, AC to APC, back to PDP. Tinubu safety, AD to this. All of that safety. Let me tell you.
In what respect?
Let me tell you.
In what respect are they the
I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
You have the right to go to.
Let me tell you. I have a right.
Constitutional to the camp. Illegal.
Yeah, good.
Not criminal.
Good. I have a right to choose my own candidate I'm going to vote for.
Okay.
But somebody is accusing me.
You are
Why do I make sure?
Like as if it's a bad thing in Nigeria.
Look, it's a party where you jump marry 3 wives, 4 wives.
This is not wife. This is not wife. This is party.
It's type of wife. Well, listen, you marry AD, you marry ACN, you marry APC, 3 wives at the same time. Like that Wike, he has his PDP blood. Now you are dancing with APC, dancing with the Labour. You are confused. Anything can happen. They can decide to humiliate you. Kuku just say, if you are joining APC, declare for APC. You cannot be inviting APC governor to come and commission project. Do you think PDP will be happy? So, let me tell you, after all, if that's the case, all of them go. Let all of them go. And let's restart again. And maybe referendum or no election.
No election.
Yes, let it be. If that's the case.
Or impeach Buhari.
They are deceiving us. I pray they should impeach Buhari. Let other minute to take over and pull all this go out. All of them are the same. That's not different. They are all the same. I'm telling you the truth.
Okay, let's look at Yam now. What's happening? What's happening?
Yam. I traveled to Delta 3 days ago, and I bought yam, very small yam, 5,000 naira. Each one was 1,400.
In Delta.
Yes. The point is that there's a food in South that is like River, Delta, Edo. We have a lot of food there now coming up. But Lagos, things are very expensive. Everything are very expensive. No like nothing. Tomatoes, everything are very expensive. Because why? I will use dollar to buy it because we have no government in power to enforce food. No government to do the needful. So APC government are paid. Somebody telling me I should not vote for PDP, but I have a choice to vote anybody. What I have a choice is that Okowa is an Edeta man. Edeta is an Edo man. We are the same team. I will decide to vote for my own person. Yoruba man will decide to vote for Yoruba man. Hausa will decide to vote for Hausa man. Igbo will decide to vote for Igbo. Let's do that. So we divide the country. Let the country divide. Yes. Instead of telling me why am I voting for no article, I'm voting for Okowa. I can only for Okowa. Go and vote for Tinubu. I'm telling the truth, yes. It's from my place. The road that entered
somebody that can perform for somebody that
let me tell you,
is your brother.
Let me tell you. Let's try them. Let's try them for 4 years. 4 years. Let's try them for 4 years. If it's your bill, let it be. It is article, let it be. But Tinubu, no way. I'm telling you the truth. Because Tinubu, we bring more Agbero.
Okay.
More hardship.
Okay, also,
I'm telling you the truth.
Submit application to procure AK-47, AK-49 rifles to Buhari. Also, submit an application to Buhari.
I told you, Buhari will not sign it. Except, but with the way they are going now, political prostitute, except they agree that he's going to join APC, they will sign it for him. If not, they will not sign. AK-47, no. Buhari will never sign AK-47. Understand me? He can never sign it.
I don't understand.
It's only first man they were allowed to use AK-47, not under security. That's the truth. Buhari will not sign it. But if it's an APC governor, Buhari will sign it for him. But don't be surprised. Auto joining APC. Don't be surprised. Auto joining APC. Buhari will sign it.
Zamfara State governor is an APC governor now.
He will sign for him. He will sign for him. You know, he will sign for him because an APC governor. But Buhari now is, I don't know, understand him. The man is not working. He's not doing anything. Anything can go for your party.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't care about travel to Delta State. You should have brought 1 yam for me now.
No, I bought 5 yam. That almost 6,000 naira. But what will I do? Very small yam, but it's still better than Lagos, where they sell a yam of 3,500, 4,000 naira.
Okay.
So, oh my God. So, Nigeria, if that's the case, let's divide. Listen, Igbo, vote for Igbo. Yoruba, vote for Tinubu. Hausa, vote for Atiku. Edo, we know where we belong to. Otukowa, vote for Towa.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I have right to choose anybody.
Minister, I don't know the Lagos, man. Good morning.
We have unstable Nigerians.
Yeah, I'm very unstable. Unstable, yeah. The reality is down on them. It's down on them now. The reality is down on these people now. My fellow, people now. Yeah, and I'm so happy about that because we are seeing the reality that no Messiah can repair this country as it is now. I like that last statement. Let Igbo vote for obedience. Let Yoruba vote for.
Is Tinubu a Yoruba movement?
Huh?
Is APC?
They are turning. That is what is going. That is what is going on. You could hear some
Igbo.
Atiku told you that majority, like 70% of the Northerners that are not on social media. What does that sound to you? What does that sound to you? What does that sound to you? We are not one in this country. The country is not one as it is. Our leaders may be one, except we want to fake ourselves. We are not one. They've divided us through ethnic, through religion, through, the whole thing. We are not one. Is it now we're supposed to be thinking of Muslim ticket or Christian ticket? If you bring herbalist that can fix this country, so be it. So far, it's not a fetish herbalist. If you bring a pastor that can fix this country, so be it. If you bring a Christian, a Muslim that can fix this country, so be it. If you're sick now, Nigeria is in a state of coma, and Nigeria is sick, and you are not talking of it has to be Christian, it has to be Muslim, it has to be. You see how deteriorated these people's brain are. And they start disseminating, those messages down to the grass. And we were just busy consuming it, because when the top fall apart, they said things fall apart. When the top fell apart, they come down to the, ground and start misinforming people that don't have any direction. So me, I'm tired of this. I don't know I can survive another 4 years of this maladministration that will be coming, because nobody can get anything fixed up. I'm telling you, as we're talking now, our reserve is 0 level. We are borrowing to even pay. The refinery is not working. Nigeria is only African country that is not even benefiting from Ukraine, Russia, invasion now. Russia-Ukraine invasion. Nigeria is the only person because of the scarcity of the oil now as it is. And we have refinery. We're supposed to be making good money, but we are retrogressing. We're supposed to be making money, but we are borrowing debt all around. Instead of cash flow that's supposed to be flowing into. So is that a country? Is that a country?
Okay.
Is that a country you want
Yoruba elders to Tinubu, your victory in 2023 certain.
You see, Yoruba elders, they can say their own, but the practical things on the field is what matters, right? If they can convince the people why the Tinubu victory is certain, let them do so. You know, my own is I don't gag anybody. I won't start calling you stupid man, foolish man, donkey, because you have your opinion. Once you are doing that, you are not different from Boko Haram. You are not different from bandits. You know, it's not everybody that it's all this notorious bandits that are bandits. We have civilized bandits too, that they always guard your opinion. You know, your opinion is your opinion. If you want to correct people, you can correct them in a right way, in a modern way, in a moderate way, right? So they've said their own, but let's see how they can practicalize their talk, how they can walk their talk. That's my stake on those elders, right? Let them walk their talk. They've talked already. Let them walk their talk.
Okay, let's look at 168 northern guys intercepted by your presence of Ondo Security Network. Guys, I'm in Akure yesterday. Under count.
You should expect that. You should expect that. And those people, they need to be quizzed. They need to be profiled, because that is what they slept. They slept in slumber for long. For the 41 killings scandal that happened, they slept in slumber for long. For these people to enter them and perpetrate all those killings, you know, Carlos killing that happened in Ondo then. So now they are awake. They need to be vigilant, and I like what they are doing, because when there is influx of Awusas, Fulanis, I say Fulanis, a lot of them are Fulanis, I'll tell you. They come in with cow. So we classify them as Fulani, right? The Awusas have been among us, right from onset. Those days, you have them as security people. They guard your fence, they guard you in front of your house, they will even open kiosks for them. And we live in harmony. But since the invasion of this Fulani, right, there has never been peace. So all these guys you are seeing, they are nomadics. They move from one place with cow to another. But kudos to what Wike did that time. I give kudos to Wike. What he did in Rivers then, during the lockdown, you could witness that. I think I doff my heart for Wike, because he was monitoring every single trailer that comes to Port Harcourt, and anytime you see any Fulani, back up.
We have a right to movement,
but your rights must be restricted with profiling. You have a right to profile any movement likewise. You have a right of movement, but you have a right to profile, because if someone feels suspicious, okay, we have a right to movement. Why will a policeman just stop and say he's suspect? Can you know that the suspect? Can you identify your? Has it not happened to you before? Has it not happened? So if you have a right to movement, everybody can just move. Both terrorists, everybody can move freely, and that is what people are hiding on now. That also in Nigeria, you have a right of movement. It is not supposed to. It is not supposed to. Those are the lacuna. All these nomadic Fulani saw, and they penetrate the country through the porous border. That we have a right. ECOWAS visa treaty. ECOWAS visa treaty, that you have a right of movement within the ECOWAS territory. But that right again that they said they have, Igboho was a victim of it when he wanted to cross from Nigeria to what's it called, to Benin Republic, and they caught him that the process, the visa, the passport he processed wasn't a real passport. So that same right, the Cotonou government, they were checkmating their border to avoid any, you know, lacuna, to accommodate any, you know, the terrorists or anything. So you have the right for movement. Likewise, you can profile any movement as it is.
Lastly, Dariye Nyame has been released.
They see, all these leaders, there are two. I've told you there are two laws in this country: the law for the rich and the law for the poor. Right? Those guys. How many politicians have you seen that spend 5 years in prison, 3 years in prison? Although these ones have been there since I think Jonathan, was it Jonathan?
Yeah, Jonathan.
That sentenced, Jonathan sentenced Dariye. Then the other guy, it was this current government that sentenced him. But the case has been on for a while. But to me, I have no sympathy for any one of them. They should have even stayed long, and there still should be more of them to enter that prison. We still need more of them in that prison, so that we all know that the prison is not meant for for the common man alone. It's meant for the politicians that have turned us to this way. And the basic problem that I have in this country now is our reserve is right off, totally zero. And what is happening again is the government, they said they have borrowed $41 billion from Emefiele. $41 billion from Emefiele. And Emefiele giving out that money could not control the monetary policy of this country. And to me, Emefiele is a conduit pipe of corruption in this country too. He's a conduit pipe. Also a CBN governor, you could not get things right to stabilize the currency, to stabilize the economy. If you stabilize the currency, you stabilize the economy, right? And that is what is going on now. All of them are, what's it called? They are same bed of same feather. And what I look in it is, let us break this, let Nigeria go into cells, regional cells, so that we can achieve what we want in life. So we can express ourselves, you know, fully. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay. Say they go somewhere.
Say they go somewhere.
Yeah, good morning, Master Chickens.
Yeah, good morning, Christian, and to SM viewers.
What a day.
Yes, what a day is a very great day for me because God has done a great thing for us, the God of time and season. Today marks the 77th day birthday anniversary of my mommy Nkechi Okaro. God has spared her life for another 365 days. Of course, of recent, she went through eyes surgical operation, and the God has spared her life to witness the 77th birthday anniversary. Congratulations, Mommy Nkechi. May the good Lord continue to spare your life.
Let's talk about Nigeria. We have 168 persons intercepted by Amotekun yesterday on those states, hiding under cows.
Hiding under cows. I think that is what is called repressive demeanor. What you are trying to argue over yesterday, that what is the evidence that the Nigerian government is the one supporting the activities of this heinous, adulterous and impunized entity, which is called the Fulani militias. You seem to be, of course, shunning them and AK-47. These are people, of course, the AK-47 have been decentralized, have been moved ahead of their arrival. Now, if there is no any ulterior motive, if there is no hidden agenda, why should they be hidden under the cows? Why wouldn't they be? I mean, why are they afraid of being exposed, of being seen? Because these people are militias, trained jihadists who are coming for a mission. So they want to hide under the cover of moving cattle, just to the people that we, of course, disperse them are already on ground, to disperse them to the bushes of Ondo State and Osun State. And Kule is here telling me that he has a knife. He has bought a cutlass. And what can you do? How can you fight a man with AK-47 and 49 with cutlass? How possible is that? Isn't that a millennium joke? You say you have bought a cutlass, that you are not sleeping, you are keeping weight. Nah, I never understand this kind of argument that is, how sensible that is. So the reality is that these people are really, they really meant business. They only came with three agendas: to kill, to steal, and to destroy. And possibly, of course, take over the ancestral homes of the people. This is very clear, and it's now very alarming and undeniable. The fact that where were the security operatives that could not detect the movement of these people? Where are they? Is it not an act of complicity? Where are they? From all the way to Niger, all the way to Niger, they moved down to Ondo State, to the southwest, without being detected. and you have the navies, you have the airport, you have them having several roadblocks, checkpoints, without being detected. Is that not? Does not tell you that even with common sense that there's something going on? There's something going on that most of us, of course, are living in denial. And with due respect, Mr. Levi, who will always say, forget grammar, forget story. Which story? Are we here to tell story? We are not here to entertain anybody. We are telling you the reality on ground. But unfortunately, if you fail to tell the story, you have no better story to tell your own children who are in diaspora, who has no ancestral home. One day they will ask you, Daddy, where do you come from? You tell them please continue to eat burger, that you have no place to call your home. And you are not even doing any favor or any encouragement to us that are here, taking our life, and you're telling us we are telling story. Well, if that makes you happy and comfortable, but what I want to tell you that we are here sensitizing the world. Of course, the world has come to understand the true story, and the revolution that has been kindled is a revolution for the emancipation of the entire humanity whose time has come.
Okay, let's look at Autumn. Last week set up an outfit, a security outfit, and an application has been submitted to Buhari to procure AK-47 and AK-49 rifles for the officers.
Officers of
the security outfit in Benue State.
You see, that is my argument is this: if the government that is saddled with the responsibility of protecting the life of the Benue citizens, residents, first to do that. Christian, what? Let me just use this scenario. You, as a father, you have other obligations to meet up, financial obligations, and your children and your child that is in varsity engaged himself in menial job and was able to raise money to pay his own school fees. Would you be happy that at least he has given you some relief? Now, if the government of Nigeria, under the dispensation of Buhari, is sincere and honest, he would have been commending the Benue state government for such proactive step, for such bold step to protect the citizens of Nigeria, which of course Benue state forms part of those Nigerian sovereignty. What you fail to do, it is under reports. It is before the public domain that 400 casualties have been recorded in Benue State. 400, 200, 300, 700, and these are human beings dying on a daily basis. And the government has not done anything to stop that massacre. Now people have risen. The volunteer young men, most of which have become victims of this cruelty. With this conspiracy of genocide, rose to the occasion and said, no, enough is enough. How long shall we continue to watch our loved ones, our beloved ones, our mothers raped to death, our brothers and sisters hacked to death? And the government is not doing anything about that. They said, no, we have volunteered ourselves to protect our own ancestral heritage. And you're telling me that they must get permission from you, a useless and a fair government, to protect their own life. So they should continue to watch, sit down, until all of them is being exterminated and wiped off. Huh? Is that what you're saying? Isn't that madness? That people should watch who have lost several thousands of their own people in the name of waiting for the government of Nigeria to intervene. Now it is very clear to them that Nigerian government is not ready to protect them, or perhaps is paying, of course, their body language suggests otherwise, that these people are working in synergy to exterminate the Thai people. Look at the threats given to a sitting governor by a mere minority, a mere unnoticed group of people who call themselves United Fulani Movement. They say they are coming for the governor. So you want the governor to sit down until they chop off his head. so that you know that now things are happening. Nobody can help you. The Benue State government and the people, indigenous people of Benue State, which I have most of my friends from there, most good friends, who can be trusted. I cannot watch them killed. I cannot watch their loved ones killed. Unfortunately, most of them has been killed. In fact, this is more or less coming late. They would have acted since to save hundreds of thousands of lives. But that notwithstanding, it is rather too late than been late. Now that the governor and the people have been sent to them, they understood what is on ground, that these people are coming to kill and to destroy them. I will not, of course, stop them from protecting their own life, because it is their right. The government of Nigeria has failed to protect the life and property of the supposed citizens, which is the primary responsibility. Then it is now behoves on the people. Because my people say, Onya Churu Ana Jonwe. If Benue State have been rejected and their life does not matter to the Nigerian government, to the dispensation of Buhari regime, then the government, the governor and the people understood their life matters.
Okay.
And the value they place to their life, on their life, is what informed the action they took now. It's a very great moment.
God bless you.
And I hope you will join me in Saraton, where we'll be celebrating Mommy Kechi.
Mommy Kechi is my mommy also.
Okay. Have a great day. Please continue to be safe. Remember that ihe forotu agwula agwu na ugebela na mbabu.
Thank you. Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
Okay. You're welcome to the program this morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
I like to call you Bishop Matthew.
No,
let me
I'm
not
not.
call you Bishop.
I'm not.
You don't like the Bishop title?
What purpose will it serve for me to start answering Bishop when I'm not a Bishop? By the grace of God, I'm a servant of the living God.
And let's look at, let's start with presidential pardon. Dariye Nyame released from prison.
Thank you for having me. Matthew is the name.
You saw the pictures.
I saw not only the picture, but the celebration.
They look like persons that
I saw the celebration. I saw the aura of celebration in Taraba and in Plateau State.
What does that say of Nigerians?
It tells you that we are not ready to fight corruption. It tells you that the government is not serious about anti-corruption. It tells you that the much touted anti-corruption stance by the president or by this government is a medicine. Because the government that rose to power through the rhetoric of anti-corruption is not the one we should be seen abusing the right of prerogative of mercy and pardoning people who are supposed to be serving J10. And look at the excuse you are used by the presidency, or rather the president. You see that it's not tenable. How can you tell me that somebody who is in his 60 on 8 grams that is not that you are freeing him on 8 grams? Because if you look at the major candidates of all the political parties, they are in their 70s. People who are in their 70s are aspiring to rule Nigeria. And you are telling us that somebody who is in his 60 on 8 grand, we are pardoning him. We are setting him free. For me, I think they are encouraging crime and criminality. Because these are the 2 highest cases being celebrated by EFCC. And all the cases being handled by EFCC since the inception of this government.
Resources were spent.
They spent resources, they spent time, and in a way, what the government has done is going to, or is demoralizing the action of the anti-graft agencies, their personnel.
The efforts.
Because if after all the effort, after all the time, after all the resources, all they see is Mr. President using his right of prerogative of mercy to pardon them, they kind of give a slap on the wrist and say, go and sin no more. For me, I think it's not the right thing to do. Because the essence of law, the essence of conviction, is to act as a deterrent to others. If the serving governors are aware and they know that the Nyame and Dariye are serving their J terms, and they will serve the full lifespan of that J10. It will deter other serving governors, other current governors from embezzling public funds. Because what they did is mainly betrayal of trust. Because they were privileged to handle the finances, to midwife the affairs of their respective states, and they breached the trust. And hence the court have made a pronouncement. They were supposed to be allowed to. They were supposed to be allowed. They were supposed to allow them to enjoy and stay in that prison throughout the lifespan of that J10.
Okay. I have, let's start with autumn to submit applications to procure AK-47, AK-49.
It's unfortunate that even if you submit the application, the federal government through the IG of police will not allow it to fly.
Didn't he know that there's no way that he can get this AK-47 before
he would have known. You know, there is a saying that
do your best and leave the rest.
Because he wants to do the needful, so that the world will know that it is the federal authorities that refuse to allow him have his way to protect his people. But look at it from this angle. You know, I did say it the other day that there's a police council that have about 39 members, and all the 36 governors are members. The president is a member and the chairman. So that council have a responsibility under Nigerian Constitution, under Section 216, to administer, to organize, and to manage police force. That's administer, to organize, and to supervise police force. Now, the council have a responsibility to decide how police force is structured. And through this council, the governors can dictate on how police is organized and structured and managed. And the power that belongs to this council says that before the president hires or fires an IG, he must consult this council. And president upon president have been hired and fired an IG without the consent of this council. So that is where the governor needed to stand their feet on the ground and say, Mr. President, the police structure needs to be reorganized. The way we are administering police administration needs to be reorganized. The way we are managing police affairs needs to be reorganized, so that you incorporate the locus, this security architecture into the policing system. But the way it stands, they are not doing it because everybody is afraid of being in the bad book of Mr. President. And look at the other time, when Mr. President signed on the order 10, that order sought to compel state governments to give legislative arm and judicial arm of government at the state level financial autonomy. And that any month that they did not get the money that is voted to them from the budget, that the federal government, through a general representation, reserve right to remove from source the money that is due to that state for the preceding month and give to those two arms of government. But because the governors were not comfortable with that order, they unanimously formed alliance against the president, and they forced the president to rescind that decision. Okay. Because they felt that their interest financially was threatened. So the same way, if they are taking this thing upon themselves, the same way they fought that order 10, and say, through this police council, Mr. President, we are saying that the policing system is not working. We want to reorganize it. They have the right, they have the number. Okay. So for me, they are part of that, the major problem. And it's not sufficient to say you are writing IG, writing the federal government for approval of AK-49 or AK-47. Let me remind you that this, I said it the other day, that Rivers State as a government acquired a surveillance chopper, military chopper, for the purpose of complementing the effort of federal government in combating crime and criminality in the effort to safeguard the critical infrastructure, oil infrastructure in the Niger Delta, particularly in Rivers State. But the end user certificate that you needed to obtain from the Office of the National Security Advisor, because it's an opposition party, because the federal government do not want it, they didn't allow it fly. At the point, Rivers State government was forced to donate that chopper to federal government. So it is a waste of time. It will be like trying to make the head of camel to pass through the eye of the needle to say that federal government will approve for Benue State the use of AK-47 and AK-49.
Okay, let's look at 168 Northerners intercepted by Amotekun yesterday in Ondo State, Akure. 40 motorcycles recovered from them and other charms. What will you say about that interception?
What I will say is this. Because from all indication, the people who were intercepted could not explain where they were going. Could not explain why they were in that number. They didn't have tangible reason for the movement. So to that extent, even as our Nigerians and the constitution give the right of movement, right of association, their movement was suspicious. And I think they should be profiled. After the profiling, they should be handed over to the respective authorities to do the needful.
All the way from the north, they were not intercepted by our policemen.
It tells you that our policing system is faulty. The same way terrorists could move all the way from the north to Ogun State and start the security war, and he was not intercepted. You see, in Nigeria, you have problem of data. There is no articulation of data. Our database is not right. That is why you can commit a crime in Nigeria, sorry, in Lagos, you go to data, you go to Ogun State, you go to Katsina, and that ends the investigation. Nobody can see you. Look at Wadube, who have escaped from Kuje prison. What is guaranteed that the government can recapture him? So what I'm saying is that our intelligence system is faulty. Our way of gathering intelligence is faulty. Our data system is faulty. So that is why it's difficult to track people. That's why in a civilized society, you see CCTV camera, closed circuit television, almost every strata of the society. So that there's an incident in an area, what you need to do is to go and get the log, the information from that CCTV. That will give you leadway as to how to start investigation. But in Nigeria, once you get to a crime scene, there is no leadway. There is nothing that will guide you on how to get to the culprits.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For your analysis. Mr. Adetunde, this is Mr. Samuel's number. Mr. Samuel's number. You asked for his number from Mr. Samuel. There's a link. You need to click on that link so that you can be part of the program this morning. Samuel's number 08037709615. 08037709615. 08037709615. That's Samuel. Let's go. Who's online? We have 2 minutes when you come online. Respond and contribute to the program this morning. Dariye, Nyame release 168 Northerners intercepted in Ondo. Mr. Ade, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Ade. I can see you. Welcome to the program. Where are you calling from? I would like you to contribute to the program. You have 2 minutes. You have the floor.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Sir.
This is TV and this is Christian.
Yeah, I'm calling from Birmingham in England. I'm calling from Birmingham in England, Mr. I'm calling from Birmingham in England. Are you hearing me? Hello? Yeah, I'm calling from Birmingham in England.
Continue, you can continue.
Yeah, I'm not hearing you.
I can hear you, you can continue.
So I'm calling from Birmingham in
I can
England.
hear you, you can continue, Mr. Ade.
Hello, Mr. Christian, the voice. I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing myself. Yeah, okay. Now, for the release of these governors, the governors that are released, it shows that the government is not really working for anti-corruption.
On every family, there's a village in every.
Okay, Mr. Ade, we heard you while you were speaking, but I don't know what happened. We are hearing you. If you come up again, just continue. We can hear you. We can hear you very well. Very well, we can hear you. Okay, who else do we have on the live chat this morning? Who else do you have?
Hello. Good morning, Mr. People. This is
Rishabayo. Good morning, Mr. Rishabayo. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Rishabayo.
I want to talk about the security society what author is building. So I think
you can continue.
The year 2007, Africa sing a music. He said, I don't send letter to Mr. President. Mr. President, when you read the letter, I don't tell you. This is the music Africa China sing 2006-2007. It's like it's a prophecy. Now, author sent a letter to president to sign so that the security network is building to allow him to have AK-47. I want to say one thing. Anytime there is a political campaign or to become a governor, the talk that the governor use, the gun they give to these people, is the president that signed it. The AK-47 that the talk carried to snatch bylaw boss, is the president that signed it. Otto have a friend in Wike, so Otto know where he can acquire a gun. You know where he can acquire a gun. So when you see your state or your indigenous is lying, there is everything called desperate measure. There's called desperate measure in the time of desperation. So you need to take that desperate measure to secure your people, to secure your citizen as a #1 citizen of that state. So it doesn't compulsory that he send a letter to the president. No, as a chief executive of the state, he have the right to cater for a people, to secure a people. He have the right to pursue a weapon. Yes, he have the genuine right. If he go to the Western world, want to pursue a weapon, they will give it to him because why? He's a city governor. Because it's tackling insecurity issue. This is the main important thing. Not that if the president did not sign that letter, the people that the voluntary that want to fight against insecurity, they will just stand. What they want to is to fight arms, Abi callers. You cannot fight the Fulani terrorists with arms. The Fulani terrorists, they are equipped with ammunition. Ammunition acquitted. Even the Nigerian army said the kind of ammunition Fulani may have, the Nigerian army do not have it. So this might say, God bless you, Mr. Christian.
This morning I have Oluwawan. Good morning.
Good morning. What's happening?
Yes, 168 Northern
168.
Intercepted in Ogun State.
They are running from their state now because there are problem there. The killers are in everywhere in the north. So those people are looking for where to save. So it's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
If they are running, why are you hiding under? They were under the house.
Because they don't want them to be intercepted. Because they are afraid maybe they will be caught and sent back to their base, and then Fulani will slaughter their land. So they are looking for where they will live.
With 40 bikes.
40 bikes. Because you see everywhere Fulani boys, outside boys, that they are now taking over the bike business. So this they are in another help. Yeah. That side is not going area anymore. They are killing people there. They are killing them. They are killing them more than us. Yeah. So the little one have to run away when there is no help. You can see everywhere now. Small boy radio card everywhere. They run from that side to this side.
Okay.
So Nigeria is not safe.
Presidential pardon, Dariye and Nyame released from prison.
Those are part of their plan. They are criminal presidential pardon upon the whole millions of naira. They looted, now they are pardoned. So that you know that Nigeria is a good shit home. A house of no regulation. No regulation. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. They are criminals.
Okay, let's look at Yoruba elders. Tinubu, your victory is certain in 2023.
Guys are man. So everybody will stick to his own language. Stick to your own son. That is their son. So they have to stick with him because they know that, Tinubu already said it's your tongue. Say it's the Yoruba tongue and it's the your tongue. So what are we there going to say? So they have to support their own son. So everybody has to support their own son. So that is their own language.
Okay, who are you supporting? Who is your own son?
My own son is Labour Party because PDP and APC, they are hungry lion people's son. They are looters' son. So we have to go to a new place. Who doesn't have a father, doesn't have a mother. We have God.
Okay. Let's look at autumn rights Buhari for AK-47, AK-49.
That one is impossible. Buhari can never give you authority to hold AK-47 because they are part of the language. They are rivalry. They are rivalry. So Buhari can never, Buhari is dead, can never sign it. Buhari can never sign AK-47 to Otto to fight against his men. It's impossible. Their purpose is to crash all the Benue. It is not possible. But thank God, just some money.
How will you say it is their...
That is what the people that have killed the Benue in Nigeria is more than half of Nigeria. But they want to occupy Benue by force because that Benue ground is a ground of grass. It grows every time. They have a very fertile land. So they want to pour the whole Fulani cow there to be eating all the whole grass. That's why they are killing Benue like cow. And it's a pity Benue have millions of their soldiers in Nigeria. They can never do anything. They can never bring uprising. They are afraid.
Okay. Thanks very much, Oluwa.
You're welcome.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
I like your attire this morning.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. 168 Northern youth intercepted yesterday in Ondo State, hiding on that house. 40 motorcycles recovered from them and charms. What do you think?
Yeah, that was the major reason I told you that West, East, two of them are subjected to attack. They were under attack since 2015. Too much influx of Boko Haram insurgents, herdsmen, terrorists into the southwestern Nigeria and the southeastern Nigeria. On daily basis, I live in Lagos here. Anytime I wake up around 3 or 4 a.m. Trailers loaded with people of no specific nation coming on daily basis into Lagos State, unchecked, uncurbed. Nobody has ever prevented them. Nigerian police have never asked them, where are you going? I mean the ones in Lagos. But you can see the good work of the Amoteku security outfits in Ondo State. They are asking them, where are you going? They are living up to expectations. This is one of the responsibilities the Yoruba nation employ the Amoteku security. They are asking them, where are you going? Where have you been coming? What is your job? May I see your identity? Are you Nigerians? Are you just coming from Chad, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali? Where are you people from? Where are your credentials? Are you going to work? Are you going to rent houses? Wow. But these are people that are so lawless and jobless from northern Nigeria. They are coming from the axis of Niger Republic.
Niger Republic?
Yes, into Katsina, Zamfara, and the Kano states. And they were intercepted by Amoteku outfits, security outfits. They could not recover not only arms, but they recovered charms, local charms. What are you using charms for? Can you use charm to become a musician? Can charms, fetish things, convert you into a star? Does it lead to stardom? If you are a juju man, juju priest, even if your father is a native or witch doctor, is that going to convert you to a musician? David Adeleke, aka Davido, did he do juju before hitting the stardom on the sky? No! Charms is for evil. Those charms are for evil. They're going to use this to what? Hypnotize their southwestern counterparts. And what? Forcefully take away what belongs to them. Black charms in Africa is used to do what? Perpetrate evil. Bad, evil activities. So those charms, they're going to use it to kill. So those charms, they will use it to kill, to maim, to steal, to rape people in the southwestern Nigeria. So Amoteku has done enough. This time around, it is time for Ondo State government to begin to sign in AK-49, AK-59, AK-47 to Amoteku security operatives. Because we are subjected what? To siege, daily siege, from the Fulani herdsmen terrorists, from the ISWAP agents all over Nigeria, who are fighting and killing, massacring the innocent Southeasterners in Imo State, Abia State, Anambra State, Enugu State, Delta State, Ebonyi State. We've been subjected to attack by Nigerian military infiltrated by Niger Republic, Mali, Senegambia. Those are not Nigerian soldiers, they are foreigners, they are mercenaries, brought over by Buhari regime to kill and maim Igbo men.
Okay.
Yes, Amoteku is doing the needful. What are those people doing with charm? Chebin una say now una be Muslim pass. Now una imam be the most respected. Does Allah allow you to carry charm around? So they are not living even up to the religion bigotry they are well known for. Those are the most religious people on the continent of West Africa. They are very, very religious. They believe that Allah. Serve God, the true God. Only this, only that. What are you doing with charms? Amoteku, I advise you, you don't need to handle this issue with velvet glove. No. Give them the justice needed by them, because when they invaded the church at Owo, St. Francis, they did not judge anybody there. They did not ask questions. They opened fire and killed, maimed, innocent Igbo man, innocent Hausa man, innocent Yoruba man, innocent Ijaw man. They were killed. They were murdered with plates. So no justice for anybody that is coming into southwestern Nigeria with charms, guns, and knives. No justice for them. The only justice is what? Capital penalty.
Okay, let's look at KEYAMO in an interview in Arise yesterday. She said outside Southeast, Peter Obi is a carpetbagger. He is seeking election in an area where he has no local.
Jesus Christ is the Lord. Look at KEYAMO. Festus KEYAMO is just blabbing. Festus KEYAMO is just an empty vessel that makes the most noise. Let me ask you why. Do you know? Yes, I know. If he calls me to the court, I will tell him, I will say it right on his face. It shouldn't be that dangerously verbal or vocal to the personality of Obi, obedience. Obi Kereren, the former governor of Anambra State, has performed outrightly more than any Delta State governor ever. KEYAMO is from Delta. What has he to offer? Is he not joining them because he has not beaten them? KEYAMO is part of them. KEYAMO is part of the policy that is hitting us on the head today in Nigeria. We are passing through a lot of iniquitous, wicked situation, and KEYAMO is part of it. KEYAMO, for saying this to Obi, KEYAMO is the man of iniquity. Yes, outside Anambra State, Obi is widely supported. Outside Imo State, Obi widely known. Obi is widely known in Zamfara, widely known and was campaigned for in Adamawa State, the home country of Atiku. What does he to offer? What has he to offer? KEYAMO has joined Buhari regime since. KEYAMO has turned his back against his kinsmen. KEYAMO has turned his back against the Sokos, Urobos. Listen and listen good. Outside Igbo land, Obi has taproot more. It means he has not spread his political tentacles or telescope well. He cannot mirror well. He can't screen well. Are you listening to me? KEYAMO, you are there. You don't know the amount that they sell 1 cup of garri. Can you tell me how much they sell a derica of rice? You don't know. So you are there enjoying with the cabas, doing whatever you want, siphoning and embezzling money. All of you that are under NDDC, I'm telling you, they are rogues. We have many substantiated evidence. It's all over Nigeria. It's all over the faces of those people, the Niger Deltans, who have been deprived of social amenities, social infrastructures, most basic essentials in life. They have been deprived of all this. And KEYAMO is telling me that Obi is not good outside Igbo land. Who is KEYAMO? KEYAMO is just a son. Good, okay, son. Senior advocate of Nigeria. At where? Ministry of Justice. Where? Ministry of Justice. He knows in and out of the judiciary of Nigeria, which has been rubbished since 2015. But he cannot know. He cannot know Obi too well. Obi Kereke too well. He cannot know Obi too well. Obi is a bird at hand in Igbo land that worth 2 million more birds in the southwest, in the northwest, in the northeast corners. Obi is a bird at hand, a bird in hand in Igbo land that worth too much more. In other region of this country, I'm trying to tell you that I'm not campaigning, but I'm leading an ideology that has come to stay in Nigeria. I'm not campaigning for anybody. I'm an ideologist. It's a time. Okay, it's the high time the whole youth in Nigeria to stand up and take their rights. Every well-meaning elder in Nigeria to stand up and take their rights. Let me tell you, Obi Korenke has become a new reform brought a new reform into Nigerian political system. We have gone apart from those that bought votes. We have separated ourselves apart from those that are voting for Mr. Okeke because he's from Igbo land, Adeyinka because he's from Ekiti. Are you listening to me? Garuba because he's come from Kaduna. That era has come. We are trying to vote for the competent. Somebody that
are you saying others are not competent?
Atiku is not competent. Had he been out with my laptop here, with my laptop here, I would have streamlined it clearly to you. The reason why you should not vote for Atiku. Atiku is not the person to be there. He was there 1999 till 2007. Outright 8 years. He has not changed anything. He fought Otu. He fought OBJ, Obasanjo to stupidity. He could not obey Obasanjo as his master. He could not be gentle to Obasanjo. He was busy selling Nigerian Port Authority, Nigeria Airways. He was busy selling Ascom, selling BUA, selling Niger Dock. Everywhere. He has sold everywhere. All under the aegis of privatization. Where are those money? Where are those funds? He sold Hilton. Nikon Nuga was sold by Atiku. Where is the money? Nigerian United was sold by Atiku. Where is the money? What are you saying? He sold everywhere. Atiku is not the right person. Instead of Nigerians voting Atiku, they should vote for Atiwaju. Atiwaju is better. But I'm telling you that Atiwaju himself, because Atiwaju has allowed this regime, and he could not even one day come out and say sorry. This regime is a disappointment. I'm sorry, Nigerian youth, for what happened at the toll gate there. I don't think he should be the right person to be there. So that's where he's not fitting there. The right person to be there should be Obi. Obi went to school. Obi read. Obi ruled Anambra well. Obi is the only competent governor we have as of now, who had money left for his predecessor. Obiano, Obi and Obiano are the same. They served under what? They work with Fidelity Bank. I listen to me if you know the meaning of fidelity. Fidelity has to do with royalty. Fidelity has to do with truth. Integrity. Thank you. Accountability. Let me tell you, Obiano, for Obi, 4 hearts in Igbo language interpretation. Obi na one. Obi and Obiano are the same. The meaning are interwoven in Igbo language. Let me tell you, Obi is the right person. That's why Obi Kererenke has come to stay in the southwest, in the north, and as well as southeastern Nigeria. Structure is and it has been endemic in Nigeria. It has killed our political system. They believe that structure is what you need. Structure does not mean anything. Human beings are structure. You are a structure. I am a structure. All of us, we are structures. We are voting for personality, not to structures. No to structure. Yes to personality. Good, competent man like Obi. A competent personality is it that can take over the affairs of this country. Obi Kererenke. Obi Kererenke. Obi is the right man.
Okay. Good morning, my brother. Your name, sir? Honorable.
Say your mind.
My name is Collins.
Mr. Collins. Okay, let's look at it. I heard you responding to Mr. Ram. Mr. Ram. You're saying that Obi does not really have what it takes to. Let's look at insecurity. How do you think he can deal with insecurity in Nigeria?
Obi does not have any plan. Have you seen him coming out that this is my plan for the security of Nigeria? Have you seen him?
I might not answer you because I'm a journalist. I can tell you that there are interviews.
Obi is just a noisemaker. You understand? Had he been in regional government, he would have been the president. If Obi know he cannot win. You understand? There is no, thank you. There is nowhere in the world where you come out less than a year to an election and say you want to become the president of the nation. As popular as Donald Trump was, he was a very popular man in the US. As popular as he was, he had to come out under the Republican before he could become the president of Nigeria. Who is Labour Party today? We watched the election in Osun State. Where were they? We watched the election in the Ekiti State. Where were they? If you cannot win a state election, how can you win the presidential election? Who will vote you? Okay. In Nigeria today now, the Labour Party has no councillor, no local government chairman, no senator, no House of Rep, no House of Assembly, no governor. Thank you. What I'm saying now is this. Where is the structure? You understand? You are saying the youth want you. Have you forgotten even the APC and the PDP, they also have the youth? I get my point. He's saying this is what he will do, this is what he will do, this is what he will do. How can you do it?
Your first point, you said that nobody can come and become a president.
Yes.
How did Buhari become the president under APC?
Buhari was a very popular candidate in the north.
Under APC?
Under CPC,
okay.
He won 12 million votes in the full Nigeria. Despite 12 million, could not rule Nigeria. What did he do? He came down to the south. He teamed up with Tinubu. Buhari have been preparing since 2003. This is not his first time. He lost election. It's not 3 times. Thank you. He had been preparing before he could become the president. Even despite him teaming up with Tinubu, he knew he can't win. 7 governors in PDP have to decamp before he could win. So who is backing Obi? Where is the structure? I get my point. Okay, fine. The educated ones, they know him. I'm not arguing that.
Can you win an election currently without social media?
Yes. You can win an election without social media.
APC won an election through
social media. Okay. In 2019, Atiku Abubakar was all over social media. And you know it. He was the number 1. He was one trending. Was he able to win?
Okay.
I get my point. He wasn't able to win. I tell people that a vote for Peter Obi is a vote for Tinubu. Do you know why? 70% of people supporting Peter Obi, they were former Atiku supporters. Obi is dividing Atiku votes because Atiku majority votes come from the southeast and the south. And those are the people saying they want Obi. I get my point. The more you vote for Obi, the more votes, the lesser vote Atiku gets. Then the more votes Tinubu gets.
Okay, your question is not a question. A question is spicing what he's saying. You are spiking what he's saying. Okay, is it not there, right? Who? For you to support anybody?
I have the right to support anybody.
So the question is not. It's not really
I have the right to support anybody.
Okay, let's look at another. KEYAMO said that outside the southeast, Obi is just a noise maker. You believe
he did not lie. That is the pure truth. Is Peter Obi more popular than Ojukwu?
Can I check Google now and see the two most popular persons on earth today?
Is Peter Obi more popular than Ojukwu?
Let Google answer us. Can we check Google? We have two persons.
Let me finish talking.
Okay.
Let me finish talking. Okay. Ojukwu contested. Ojukwu is like a god in the east. He contested. Obasanjo beat him in Anambra State. Are you getting my point? Even if all the Igbos gather today and they want Peter Obi, even if they vote him, other parties did not have one vote in the east. Obi cannot become the president. It's only the Igbo votes.
Okay. Are you questioning his ability or his popularity?
He is a good man. He did well in Anambra. They are talking about winning the election.
As a youth, what do you want for Nigeria?
I want a better Nigeria.
Is it with power or ability?
You have to get to power first before talking about the ability. You can't be talking about ability when you've not won the election. Okay. You understand?
Why
you to get to power first. I'm supporting Atiku Abubakar.
Atiku Abubakar?
Yes.
Okay. Atiku Abubakar, 8 years under PDP, he fought against his successor. You responded to this man and said because he wanted to. What of the privatization accusation, allegation on him?
All of them were not successful, but some were successful, like the Nitel. Through the sale of Nitel, MTN came in. You understand? And MTN now have more than 20,000 workforce in Nigeria. If they did not sell Nitel, how will MTN come in? Okay. I get my point. If they did not privatize Nitel, MTN cannot come in. Okay. In 2019, they were asking Atiku, what will you do to NFS when you come in? He said, we sell it off. Because we are running at a loss. APC are using what did Buhari just do last month. I get my point. Atiku Abubakar is a man with idea. He's the only one talking about restructuring. Either we do it, I don't know. Either Atiku will restructure the country, I don't know. But he's the only one that will be able to come out. That Nigeria needs to be restructured. It all became that Nigeria have to be a producing nation instead of a consuming nation. Are you with me? But do you know that investors cannot come in when the security of the country is not good? When Nigeria is not at peace, there is no investor that can come in. Have you asked Peter Obi, what are your plans for the security of the country? Because if you cannot secure the country, investors cannot come in. Which you and I know.
Okay. Okay, thank you. What do you think is the best thing that should happen to Nigeria at this point in time?
The best thing that should happen to this Nigeria at this point in time is to look at all the candidates and look at their manifesto. Ashwaju is saying, Emiloko, what are your plans for Nigeria? It's my turn. Are you getting me? It's only Atiku Abubakar that will be able to come out. He knows the problem. Whether he will solve it, that is what I don't know. But he's able to identify the problem that this country needs to be restructured. And that is number one Nigerian problem. Not security, not the economy, not Nigeria needs to be restructured.
Okay, lastly, let me ask you this question. Dariye and Nyame say others to gain freedom and assess this government saying that they want to fight corruption, but yet releasing 2 persons that have been convicted and jailed of corruption.
Before Buhari came, you already knew him as a failure. Some people enjoy to see they want to fight corruption with force. You see the people in the court, yes, see what hard. Get the court convict them. And you grant them presidential pardon. What does that talk about? That is failure, that's not corruption. Corruption fight. I get my point. So, Buhari fighting corruption is just zero.
Okay, do you support impeaching Buhari or we should wait until he finishes his tenure?
Let him just finish his disaster. Nigeria is gone already. Let him just.
Okay, thank you very much, my brother. God bless the analysis. this morning. Yes, everyone has a right to his own opinion, political, to air on this platform. We are not going to gauge or gouge anyone from saying their contribution. Okay, let's. We are slowly moving towards the end of the program this morning. I'm Christian Chiku. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being part of the program. Especially that are watching us over overseas in Nigeria. Click on the like button. Thanks, yes, people. Click on the like button. Click on the like button so that we can have more reach to other platforms. I'm Christian Chiku. Thank you. And also happy birthday to Mrs. Nkeshin Karo. God bless you. You have been wonderful and a great woman to most of the reviewers. God bless you on your birthday and long life. And also a big one for boss Flip TV, the publisher Flip TV, CEO Flip TV, Mr. Biodo Bolina. Thank you. Bye for now. This morning. God
Mandela became South African president in his 70s. Am I right? Am I right? Thank you so much. So he resigned at 90, his early 90s, and what ushered in new person to take over administration of South African government. I'm telling you that Mandela is a nice person. He's an elderly statesman. Nobody in Nigeria wants him.